Okay, so how many of you all have heard anything about the Highland project? Yeah, okay. I figured if you know what Highland project is, you follow other channels than mine. I haven't said anything hardly at all about it, other than admitting grudgingly that there is such a thing. But apparently for international markets, so to speak, I suppose the U.S. market, they did announce it. As far as I can tell, it hadn't hit the U.S. yet. And so, well, what's the difference, Ray? So, the international market is largely satisfied through the Shanghai Tesla plant, and the United States is by Fremont. So, I'm guessing that Shanghai is ready to go and Fremont's not. So, that'd be my guess. Although it could be they're trying to clear existing inventory for the non-refreshed Model 3s. So anyway, so here's the front of mine. Now mine's 2020. Okay, fine, whatever. So what you will see different is, let me go here to the headlights. The headlights take on, some people have called it the more roadster look. I mean, to me it's more of a Model S, but that's because I'm not familiar with the Roadster 2. Down here, you'll notice I have my fog lamps. Apparently those fog lamps are not there anymore. I mean, they're not there, but I don't know if they're doing something with the headlights or not. I don't know. And then over here, there's a little scoop going out to the side. That's going away. And then right here, I don't know if you can see it well in the light, but there's kind of a fish lip thing. This one doesn't look that way to me as much, but my Model Y does. But apparently they're making this more straight lined here, being more aerodynamic. What I didn't see well in the pictures I saw online was they're doing something with the hood to bump it up a little bit to get more aerodynamics. So they did improve, and so the new Model 3 will be the most, or the least, the lowest drag coefficient. Is that it? That's it on the front. Okay, so this part is a more dramatic change from my viewpoint. So up here, the clear part is where your turn signals are and where your backup. Come thinking, I didn't see where the backup lights are. Wait a minute. All right, so somebody had some pictures. The main thing that you notice is where the red is, except for the part that comes down here. Where that red is will be the new tail light. So tail light, brake light, turn signal. I'm not really quite sure how that's all going to work out, but there it is. And what's interesting is this little section over here, instead of being a separate piece, will be joined with the trunk lid and come up with the trunk lid. Now, I didn't think that was approved in the US. I don't know what the legalities are, but I don't think it's approved in the US, so it's kind of a questionable thing. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So the other part is, you'll notice I have a spoiler here. It appeared like the spoiler lip will be more pronounced, which would be very interesting. Okay, and then the other part down here is I have a red stripe. Well, they haven't announced a performance model, so it's hard to tell what the future is for Model 3 performance. Everybody's sure there will be a version of Model 3 performance, but the people are deep into doing the rumor stuff. They're saying it's going to be plaid. I find it hard to believe they're going to go with 3 motors in a Model 3, but who knows? Okay, so over here, this glass and this glass up here, I think including the whole roof maybe, is going to be what I call dual pane. I mean, it's not really dual pane, it's just the two panes are kind of fused together. Anyway, Okay, let's go a step further. So over here, they're going to get rid of this material and put a different material in. Now in my friend's Model 3, it's 2023, this wood material continues over here into the door. That's going to go away. I mean, it'll still continue onto the door, but it won't be wood, it'll be something else. Okay, and for those of you who have seen my Model S review, you'll know that I talk about air-conditioned seats. Well, guess what? We're going to get air-conditioned seats. At least the international Model 3 market is. The assumption is that US will get it too. So, there you go. A brief introduction. What I'll try to do is I'll try to include everybody else's videos on the subject, or at least some of them. I think it's very exciting. One of the rumors was that the Shanghai release would come on September 1st, and today's September 1st. But there was less than clarity on when Fremont would announce its change. And I tend to think they are behind schedule, that schedule anyway, they're behind that on that. So we'll see what happens. Oh, in case y'all haven't, so with the idea that this would be for robo-taxis, so you've seen in the Model S and Model X, they have that rear screen. And it's tied into the front screen, so it's a combined system. The new Model 3 will get a rear screen, which sounds really cool. It's small, but it sounds really cool so when you do the robo-taxi, you'll have a screen back there. We'll see what happens. Onward, upward charge. I guess I'm also mentioning, as long as I'm here, and of course there's this other guy up here, right? No, but the best I heard was this refreshed Model 3 is getting the hardware 3.5, and there's no such thing as 3.5. So the assumption is that it's hardware 4 with some little piece missing, possibly the front radar that they're adding with hardware 4. That's not clear. Anyway, well, I'm sure within a matter of weeks there'll be some kind of announcement or change visible from Tesla on the North America market. Onward, upward chart. I didn't see a whole lot of discussion about this, but usually there's the difference between international and US on headlights is international allows what they call index headlights, I think, which means they can dark out sections based upon where the cars are coming at you. US pretty much, no, you can't do that. So there may be a difference there too. Okay, one of the things I noticed finally is the international version of this taillight didn't have a backup light. I don't know. I think we need to have backup lights in the US. I'm not sure how required it is, but I haven't seen an American car without a backup light in forever. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll select some of the videos that I thought were more interesting and include the links in the section that contains those, and let y'all look. Your question to me might be like, well, what does all this mean, Ray? So I think from a USA perspective, we're not there yet, but the fact that China announced, or internationally they announced, indicates it's right around the corner. So the real question comes down to, well, let's start with this. Let's say you live in Texas. I certainly do. I would say if you live someplace that gets hot, you want to wait for this. Having air-conditioned seats, oh, it's wonderful. Now, if you live someplace that the heat's not so much of a factor, don't let it bother you. What's the difference? Right? So that is the one thing I've said about the Model S and the Model X is like, wow, oh, this is good. I don't think I said that in the S, but in the X, definitely it was a hot day. Well, not hot, but it was warm for Texas standards, which means it was over 90. It was pushing 100. So once I concentrated on feeling the difference, that was nice, yes. Now, all the other features that they're showing, I mean, within 3 months, you're going to see those Model 3s all over the place. So it's not like you'd only be unique for a little while, and then it would be just all the same. Having the back display is really nice. I can tell you that Luke named it as his favorite feature of the Model X. So I would agree with getting it, but you can go buy a display and put it in the back. Now, it may not have all the integrations that you'll get from Tesla. Okay, but whatever. I mean, that's just another question to think about. But I would not say go buy the car just because it has a display in the back. That's not the reason to go buy this car. It'll get better mileage, so that's nice. I mean, that's really helpful to get better mileage from a car. Oh, and it has the double pane glass, or whatever you want to call that, which is a really nice feature. I can tell you the single pane glass in this Model 3 allows a lot of noise in that the Model Y doesn't. So the Model Y just has the dual pane glass on the front driver and passenger seats. But I mean, I can tell you the difference between my Model Y and my Model 3. It's there. But I don't think that's enough reason either. Now, on the other hand, what is it, Ultra Red? So the announcements internationally is they're going to have a new gray color, which may be the reason why they're trying to get rid of the current gray color, and they're going to add Ultra Red. Ultra Red is beautiful. The first time I saw it is the San Antonio Tesla, one of their centers. Like, I saw it like, that must be it. And it was like, wow. Oh, I'm in love. No, okay, not really, but kind of, sort of. Okay, whatever, peace and harmony. What can I say? I would not necessarily suggest that you wait for a Highland. Oh, I didn't mention this. All right, so apparently for some reason, FSD, the price has gone down to $12,000 right now. Is that cheap? No, it's not cheap. But compared to $15,000, you're saving $3,000. So I guess if you get it now, you could save some money. I mean, the reason why I have this model, or that's not the only reason. Part of the reason why I have this Model 3 is because I get FSD on it for practically nothing. Whether it's $2,000 or $3,000 I paid for FSD, you know, compared to this $15,000, it was a bargain. Yeah, on the other part, of course, it's a performance baby. But anyway, sorry, I'm going around the bush. But what I'm trying to come down to is, why would you wait for a Highland? Okay. And the one reason I can think of immediately is the seats. You know, if you live in the far white north, or you live out in California, you know, at least some parts of California, it may not matter to you. Someplace like Austin, Texas, oh, it'll make a difference. Yes, definitely. There's no way to avoid that. But still, is it worth it? So I think you're only talking about 2 or 3 months. I mean, yes, I haven't seen an announcement for U.S., but I'm sure it's right around the corner. I mean, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? But if you really need a car, Model 3 is a beautiful car. Other than, of course, if you're one of those people who can't handle getting down low enough to get into the car, then it's not for you. But I mean, it's really too low for me. But I like being low, so it's a win-win, so to speak. Okay. Anyway, like I said, I'll try to include some video links for you guys. Let you go examine what we have. The only thing to keep in mind is, as far as I know, there's nothing announced for the U.S. at this moment in time. I mean, and of course, if I find that something is, I'll put a comment in because you guys want to know. Anyway, there you go. Model 3. Oh, man. Anyway, there you go. Thanks.